Thank you for being with us here at 11. I'm Marie Saavedra. Our cameras captured Customs and Border Protection Commander Gregory Bovino walking into federal court just after 9 o'clock this morning. Darius Johnson live for us at the Dirksen Federal Building. That's where Bovino is testifying after a judge's order. Darius.
Hey there, Marie. Good afternoon to you. Commander Bovino is currently on the stand right now on the 14th floor, facing some tough questions from a federal judge who believes he may have violated her own order. Now that courtroom is filled to the brim as Judge Sarah Ellis opened by walking him through that order line by line. It was weeks ago when Judge Sarah Ellis issued a restraining order banning federal agents from using tear gas on protesters, press, and religious leaders unless there's an immediate safety threat. Last week in Little Village, Bovino was seen throwing what appears to be a tear gas canister into a crowd of protesters. Plaintiffs say he was the first federal agent to deploy tear gas without warning and without a crowd being violent. That video was submitted by plaintiffs and includes a video of a man shot in the neck with a pepper ball and a woman who was held face down in Little Village. The judge said she did not see any immediate threat in either of those scenes that would justify the force that was used, nor did she hear a clear warning to allow protesters to comply to those agents' orders. Now, while reading the order, the judge asked where agents are supposed to place their identifying badges. Bovino said he instructed agents to wear them conspicuously somewhere on their uniforms, while adding equipment can often cover them. The judge suggested those should be worn in at least 2 locations, and Bovino agreed. Back out here live within the last 30 minutes or so, they started talking about if agents are currently wearing body-worn cameras. Bovino said a vast majority do. However, he is not one of those agents that wears a body-worn camera. Now, within the last 10 minutes, they started getting into the video from Little Village and also Old Irving Park that questions some of the force that was used when those chemical agents were deployed. Ultimately, the judge told Bovino her goal is not to tell him how to enforce the law, but to make sure those laws are enforced in a way that upholds the Constitution that they both swore to defend. We have a reporter in the courtroom. Sabrina Franza is following all of this and passing information along to all of us. We will be here throughout the day to wrap up everything that has taken place and bring it all to you live as new developments come. We're live at the Dirksen Federal Courthouse this morning. I'm Darius Johnson. Marie, back to you.
Darius, thank you.